All right, looks like we're live. Camera adjusted here, and this time I'm going to try to stay in the middle of the frame, unlike last week when I was all over the place, and I'm doing a terrible job of it already. All right, folks, so this is the second week back answering comments. The second time I'm doing it live as opposed to recording it and then uploading it later. It was something that a lot of viewers really liked back when I was doing it a couple of years ago, and I just didn't have a lot of time to continue it. And right now I'm trying to kind of work things a little bit better so I can do this more often, sit down, answer comments live here, because a lot of people enjoyed it and I've had a demand for it to come back. Usually my comment monitor provides me a list and picks like top comments. That's what I did last week, like 10 top comments. But my comment monitor didn't get that to me this week. So I'm just going to be kind of going on different videos and checking these comments and responding to them without anybody having seen them. Well, I take that back. I may have seen some of these. I don't know. But anyway, also my hair looks terrible. Just recently got out of the shower. But anyway, so first up, we're going to check out last week's answering comments video. We had a couple of comments on that. It's almost like Inception here. All right, first up, this is from B-Dubs 49, who is just a great supporter of the channel. Been with us for a long time here. And I had talked about I talked about a couple of haters last week, answered a couple of hater comments last week. One was on the Ronald Reagan review I did. The other was on Star Trek video I did. And B-Dub says, was the Reagan and Star Trek commenter the same person? It was two different accounts, but it could have actually been the same person under two different accounts. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Also, we got Jillian Drysdale, another great viewer of the channel, been following us for a while here. And Jillian says, sorry, I missed this. I missed your interactions, but I realized how much extra work that was. Still following you. I can manage Patreon. I can't manage Patreon, but still love your actions. I appreciate that, Jillian. Thanks for still following us on YouTube. Yeah, and I know not everybody can support on Patreon, and I totally understand that, but I appreciate you still following us on YouTube. Yeah, I know a lot of people, again, I said this at the top, really love me answering these comments, and it just got to the point where I just didn't have the time to do it. Really stretched myself thin last year, and I got a lot accomplished, but at what cost? I'm not even sure yet, but this year I've been trying to kind of pull myself back, not kill myself, particularly when it comes to making the YouTube stuff. I still want to make content, put it out there, but not at the expense of some other things. But this is something I felt like that I could take once a week, sit down, and get back to doing, since I've kind of cut some of the other stuff out. All right, let's pop out of here and go to, let's see what we got. I haven't decided exactly how far back I'm going to go on these. If I'm going to do, last week I did like the previous couple of weeks before last week, which now means I've got like 2 weeks worth of videos I haven't answered comments on. So maybe I'll just go back to starting with the Dan Bass from 10 days ago. That's week before last. Let's see what we got on here. This is from Elaine Cherry. This is on the Dan Vasc My Heart Will Go On cover, Celine Dion cover. And Elaine says, Dan Vasc reimagined a beautiful but sad ballad into a power metal anthem, and I just loved it. Here's the information in the description of the video. Bass and electric guitars by Garrett J. Peters. Drums, programming, piano, keyboards, and orchestra by Dan Vasc. Arranged by Dan Vasc and Gabriel Balazzi. And mixed by Dan Vasc. Thanks for your great reaction, and bring us more Dan Vasc reactions, please. Thank you, Elaine, for that comment, for the compliment, for all that information on Dan. And I've now got this rigged where I can check out information in the description without messing up my recording, because the previous system I had, I could not easily go check these out without everything getting messed up. So from now on, I hope to be able to check on that and actually make the comment while I'm doing the reaction. But yeah, definitely be some more Dan Vasc reactions coming up. And that was a great cover. Dan did a great job. And I see, according to this, he did the drum program, the piano, the keyboard, the orchestra. He arranged it. He mixed it. Obviously, just an incredible talent from top to bottom. This is from, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's Lydelith, Lydolith, who says Dan Vasc's mind-blowing reinterpretation takes the song to a whole new level, surpassing all expectations with his signature power and emotion. Meanwhile, Garrett J. Peters delivers electrifying shreds that seamlessly intertwine with the vocals, creating an explosive musical synergy that keeps you hooked from start to finish. It seems like I've read that one. But yeah, absolutely. Again, I thought he did a great job. This is a brand new comment here. Share6932 says, did you hear some of Dan's high notes were picked up and continued by the guitar? I did, and I thought I had said that in the reaction until I was editing it, and I was like, why didn't I mention that? I feel like I've just run through a beautiful metal filled with joy. Now I'm happy and exhausted. Thank you so much for your Dan reaction. Yeah, I was 100% agree. Absolutely. All right, let's pop out here and see what we got on the next reaction. This is from the Home Free Champagne Taste reaction. That was a fun one. Man, really great stuff. It was an original by Tim Fowles. I love hearing originals from these guys. All right, first up is from Carolyn Taylor. And Carolyn says, I love the opening, Up the Creek Without a Paddle. I love the opening, Up the Creek Without a Paddle. Yeah. Did you notice how surprised Tim was when Avi walked by? At the end, Avi was sitting on the mechanical bull. This was filmed just after Ring of Fire with Avi, so he was still in the area. Okay, so interesting. So it sounds like maybe Tim didn't even know that Avi Kaplan was going to make that cameo. So that's really cool. This is from Eric Clayton, who says, the story Tim tells is he was in California writing songs for a studio exec. He wanted to branch out in his writing, but his patron wanted him to continue in country only. As a protest, he and a bottle of Jack Daniels came up with this. Well, it was great. It was great. I mentioned it reminded me kind of a Ray Stevens or a Roger Miller type country comedy song, which a lot of that is kind of deconstruction country. And that's what this reminded me of. Robin Matheson says, I love the humor and the harmonies, but the thing that gets me every time is the well-placed belt right after the champagne glass is knocked over. Yeah, that was really good. Let's see. Baby Fry 4775, a longtime viewer of the channel, says, oh, Cole, this is so funny. Tim wrote this in protest. He was a songwriter in California, and his boss wanted him to write a country song. Okay, he didn't want to, but the boss insisted, so Tim got drunk and wrote this. Instead of hating it, the boss loved it, and it became a big hit for him. They did an updated version just last year. Yeah, I should have pulled the new one. I knew they had done a new version. I should have pulled that and done them back to back. Maybe I'll go check that out on a Home Free Super Show for Patreon here in a month or two. I love the line, I won't see your pretty face at all since the prison's nowhere near the mall. Yeah, this is great. Great line. Dagmar6954, another great viewer of the channel, says, how can you not smile when watching that? What a fun video. This is original song Tim wrote. These guys know how to have fun without compromising their vocals. Rob is great with his whistling and love Adam's vocal percussion. Fun seeing Avi Kaplan doing a cameo in this. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was a great video, really funny. Reminded me of Ray Stevens, Roger Miller type track. And of course, Home Free has great vocals as always. All right, let's see here. The Fantastic Four trailer that actually got no comments. Surprisingly got no comments. Only had a few likes, but no comments. So that's interesting. Usually I get at least one or two comments on a Marvel trailer reaction. Up next, this is going to be the VoicePlay Super Show. This would ordinarily have been a Patreon exclusive, but I decided to release it on YouTube, kind of give people a taste of what we do over on Patreon, which is this year. I started at the beginning of every month doing a super show with 4 voice play reactions back to back, and then I'll edit those and take them and put them on YouTube over the course of the month. But I really like the super show format because I get to sit down and listen to these artists, multiple songs from the same artist in one session. Is really fun for me. I think fun for the viewers. Hope it's fun for the viewers. Let's see here. This one is from Marie Desjardins. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who says, Attention, that's one of the covers they did that's featuring Rachel Potter, is one of my favorite older voice play tunes. That is Jeff and Lane playing the boom whackers as part of the percussion. Okay, they snicker about it on behind the scenes saying, we're real musicians. That arrangement was done quickly because Rachel had an extra day she could spend with them, so they shot this video at a local restaurant. Nice. Death of a Bachelor is part of the Part Work series where a subset of the band did certain arrangements. It was during the time when Tony was phasing out of the group, but before Jay had joined. Okay, gotcha. That's why I had never seen that kind of iteration where they had just two of the guys doing a song. It was really interesting. I love that cover. I actually love the original. I checked that out before I went and saw the cover. Really, really good. This one is from Karen Ponchak, who says, when Tony left, they were auditioning for a new baritone. 3 singers got to make a video with them: Jay Nunn, Matthew Darren, and John Pinto Jr. Okay, gotcha. So Matthew Darren was the only one I had not heard from that trio. In the end, they picked Jay Nunn. John Pinto Jr. was heavily involved in Book of Mormon. I don't know if he was in a touring company or actually on Broadway. I also don't know why Matthew wasn't offered, other than Jay was already local and a perfect fit. Yeah, Jay Nunn was great, which Matthew was good too. I'm sure he would have done great with the group, but Jay Nunn, really, really good. Holder Draco, who's always good for voice play info, says the Part Work series was done during the transitional period of Tony leaving the group and them ending up with Jay as the new member. Since they were a person short quite often, they decided to give their patrons a chance to vote on which songs to cover and which group members perform them, which is why you got to see Jeff cover both bass, beatbox, and harmony here, while Earl covers the other 2 parts. In other part works, you get to see other member combinations, while the last ones had the whole group before they ended the Part Work series. Gotcha. So there are some out there that feature other members of the group as duets or trios. Nice. Gotcha. I think it's going to be the last one I'll do for this one. This is from V. Doyne, who says, oh, wow, 4 voice play reactions. Thank you. Me too. Voice play can work their magic on so many songs that aren't my thing in a way that I can enjoy. 100%. That's what I said that like 500 times, that reaction. Death of a Bachelor from 2016 is part of their Part Work series that is usually not the entire group. I believe that I have read in the video descriptions that Part Work tunes were requested by their fans, which songs to cover and which voice play members participate in each one. Gotcha. Yeah. By the way, Jeff will be having a YouTube premiere on his solo channel very, very soon, hopefully tomorrow, and I think you'll like the tune. It's definitely not pop. Interesting. Well, I tell you what, let me pop over there and see if we got that, and I will put that on the queue for the next Super Show that will be a Patreon exclusive. So let's see here. Jeff Castellucci. See if he's dropped anything. And it looks like the last one is the Carol of the Bells. So maybe, and I also don't see like a premiere page uploaded. So maybe, probably not this week, maybe next week or something. Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. If he has it out before the end of the month, I'll pick it up at the beginning of March for sure. All right, up next, let's see what we got here. Oh, another home free. This is the Go Rest High on That Mountain cover, which was just, man, it was a tearjerker. All right, up first, this is Grandma's Got Grace. Great viewer of the channel. Love Grandma's Got Grace. And Grandma says, in 2017, my youngest daughter and her next oldest son and I were blessed to be able to attend a live home free performance here in South Dakota. Because I had only recently had my right hip joint replaced after it had excruciatingly broken itself, and I'd only recently gotten out of the hospital, the ushers gave us special seats downstairs very close to the stage, rather than the less expensive ones we had paid for up on the 3rd floor. Wow. That's pretty cool. Judy had heard the song before. I hadn't, but fell in love with it right then. Then they came out with this version and then their church sessions version, both of which are quite different, but both very beautiful. I will always, though, treasure that very special live performance where I got to hear them sing for the first time in their repertoire. What a blessing. Thanks for your great reaction, Cole. Wonderful job, as always. Thank you, Grandma. Thanks for this comment. Great story. Love hearing that. And yeah, I bet live, it was an amazing experience. Great song, which I knew this one before, as I said in the reaction. But yeah, great stuff from them. This is from E.A. Cole, another longtime viewer of the channel, who says Vince Gill started writing this after the death of Keith Whitley in 1989 and put it aside. Interesting. I didn't know the history behind this song. 4 years later, his older brother died and he finished it. I think the boys more than did it justice, 100%. I love to sing along with it because it's so easy to find alternate harmonies for it beyond the 5 parts they already do. It always hits my heart a little to do so. Yeah, 100%. Thanks for the background on that too, because I didn't know what inspired Vince to write that song. But it's a great country gospel song. Linda Slater says, wow, this song brings me to tears no matter how many times I hear it. And this one with the storyline is more than perfect. I know many home free followers prefer the church session, which is good, but this one puts more meaning to the words. I've had every branch of the military represented by family members, 2 that are still active, and I give thanks that they are all returned home safely. My prayers go out to all the families who have lost loved ones, not only in the military, but by any other way. Thanks so much for heartfelt reaction. And thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. Yeah, that again, the video that went along with this song was just heart-rending, just incredible from top to bottom. The performance, the arrangement, the song, again, the original Vince Gill version, great song. And the guys just did an incredible job. And the video was very touching with the military connection. It told a complete story. Great stuff. This one's from Eric Potter, another longtime viewer of the channel, who says, this song is in the top 3 or 4 of my all-time home free favorite songs. If this song does not get you emotional, then you need to do some serious soul searching. The church sessions version is also very good. I've already told my family this song will be played at my funeral someday. The story and field scenes blended perfect for this song. Thank you for reacting to this song, and you have a blessed day. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Yeah, again, great song. And it looks like I'm going to have to go check the church sessions out. Maybe that one for a future super show on Patreon. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this is the voice reaction for just the single I pulled out of the super show for The Shape of You, No Diggity. And this is from, not a lot of comments on this one because I'm sure most people watched on the super show. But this one is from Sarah83 Loves Bass, who says, always there for more VoicePlay. I had songs I disliked when VoicePlay covered them. They were amazing. 100%. They never do covers. They do upgrades. Thank you for the reaction. That is a great line, and it is so true. And I think about Elvis, you know, that was Elvis's, like, one of his rule of thumb for covers. He only did songs if he thought that he could improve them. And if he didn't think he could improve on them, there was no point in doing a cover. But yeah, I like that. VoicePlay doesn't do covers. They do upgrades. All right. I'm through with that. I'm going to pop over on Patreon because I got a couple more minutes here. And I'm going to answer some Patreon questions. This is on our current home free super show, none of which has made it to YouTube yet. They probably will start in a couple of weeks, making their way to YouTube. This is from Maggie S. Great viewer, great patron. Been following us essentially since the beginning. Maggie says, thanks, Cole. That was a nice, lovely session of home free. I've already read pretty much all of these. I think I've gotten all the Patreon comments. This is the first time reading, but I wanted to take the opportunity to respond because I went and liked them as I read them, but I didn't respond. First time hearing each of these, greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the super show format. Thanks, Maggie, for letting me know that. This was from Lynn Ramsey, another great patron. Good Old Country Harmony, home free, started by Chris, Adam Rupp, and Matt Atwood when they were in college, 2000, 2001. Yeah, so I said in that reaction, I did Good Old Country Harmony, which is a video of supposed to be like the home free singers when they were young and they were getting together when they were like in junior high. And I asked in the video, like, this wasn't their actually way they formed, right? Because I remember years ago when I first started reacting to home free, people telling me the history of home free. And I was thinking that they didn't know each other when they were kids. So I asked in that reaction, was this just kind of like an alternate history for the group to be a fun video? And Lynn here is letting me know that is the case. Rob joined in 2008. Tim was substitute bass for them in 2010 and joined full-time in January 2012. Austin, they met when they were guest performers on a cruise ship, and Austin was an in-house performer. He joined October 2012 after Matt Atwood left. They won the sing-off in 2013. Wow, it was 2013. Good grief. And then she talks about the Can't Stop the Feeling, which I also did in this same video. It was Chance doing the guitar sound. He's very good at string instrumental sounds. Home Free just released a new video Friday called Boxes. Gavin James covered. Yeah, I saw that. And I can't remember whether I saw it before I did the Super Show and just forgot to put it in, or I didn't see it after I did the Super Show, but I have seen it since this. I will pick that one up next month on the next Super Show. All right, this is from the Bruce Springsteen, The Promise, full album reaction. This is a Patreon exclusive for all the Bruce Springsteen fans out there. Barry Ryder, again, great patron, says, nice review. Really a chance to almost hear the evolution of some of Bruce's songs that ended up on albums. Spanish Eyes sounds like it is from a John Cafferty and Beaver Brown soundtrack for Eddie and the Cruisers. It's a Shame was also reminded me of another Bruce song. I think the bass line is a slower version of Prove It All Night. Yeah, that's I'd have to go back and listen, but yeah, I'm thinking you're right on that. Matt B, another great patron, says, how on earth, this comment was funny, this is good. How on earth can anyone on this planet prefer the studio version of Rendezvous over the live one? Cole, you did it again. Thanks for this reaction. I know, Matt. I've got odd tastes. I got odd tastes. Tom W, another great patron, says, Talk to Me was given to Southside Johnny for his Hearts of Stone album. Bruce and Steve contributed a number of songs for that album. John Witt, another great patron, says, fantastic reaction, Cole. That version of Because the Night has the Patti Smith lyrics. There are versions without it. I prefer the release Race in the Street, but I appreciate most of the alternate cuts of his songs that I've heard. I also have to say I've liked every version of Fire that I've heard, a hit for the Pointer Sisters. Regarding the number of throwbacks in the documentary that went with the Darkness box set, Little Steven says that in a way it's a tragedy because if Bruce had wanted to, he could have been one of the all-time great pop songwriters. Meanwhile, John Landau bemoans the songbook that never closes. Regarding the songs from this reaction, some I think were previously unknown prior to the set's release, but many already existed as bootlegs in varying degrees of completion. My favorite version of Spanish Eyes has several lines that are unintelligible, and I believe at one point he calls for a chord change. Gotcha. This is another one from Tom W. Says, Bruce did a live appearance in Asbury Park playing songs from this. Racing included the late, great David Lindley on viola. Lindley toured for years with Jackson Browne, appeared on numerous recordings over the years. And let's see. And that's gonna do it for this set. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I enjoy getting to actually sit down. Oh, look, I've actually got a lot of people in the chat here. Hey, look at this. We got Ellen Reiser, Peggy Miller, and Karina Rodenbach, all three excellent followers here. Let's respond live. Yeah, I was not expecting people to actually be watching this live, because last week we didn't really have anybody watching this live. So that is great. So Ellen says, hi, Cole. Peggy says, hi, Cole. Avi just announced new music drop next Friday. Hope you check it out. Yes, Peggy, I have got I've got an entire album of his that won a poll last year that I can't even remember the name of the record, but it was his full-length album, one EP. And I have got to do that soon. And that'll be a Patreon exclusive, and I'll probably do an edited version and put on YouTube. And I also want to check out anything new that he's been doing, add that to the rotation of the random reactions I'm doing. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out sometime in the next couple of months. May not get to it this month, because again, I'm trying to balance everything a little bit better than I did last year. And Karina says, VoicePlay drops in a couple of hours. That is great to know. I will definitely have that, whatever it may be, on the show, on next month's show. So yeah, this will wrap us up. Thank y'all for watching. For those of y'all who stayed to the end, we used to have, I know at least one person watching is going to remember that, the EOV Club, End of Video Club, those that stayed to the end of the video. So if you stayed to the end of this, you are part of the EOV Club. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I will continue to try to do these on a weekly basis. Originally, I used to do Thursdays, and I was gonna start doing it back on Thursdays now, but I've now done it Friday 2 weeks in a row, and maybe Friday should be it, because that way I get all the videos that were done at the beginning of the week out of the way. So maybe I'll see y'all next Friday, or maybe Thursday, whatever. I'll figure it out. But again, appreciate y'all so much, and see you soon.